thing is to, why don't you, I'd like to move back there, it's probably easier to see. Can you see okay? All right. Well, let's get off there, get started. Those are the best cartoons I could find out there. But that's the signal. Let's get started. Next. I think everybody knows where we meet if you're here, but you might not know that this goes back to 1937. And so I think, Carl, you're the oldest member in the club, as far as length of member?
I am the senior member.
You're the senior. John, Carl.
Actually, John Hodecker is a more senior member, but he's not here today.
And you joined the club in
75 and John in 73, I believe.
a lot of history here. Go ahead.
I didn't join until the 80s.
Till the 80s? Well, you're up there too, though.
Yeah. I'm a senior there.
And how many years?
I can't remember the year, but I was the first woman.
Is that right?
85, 86.
Fantastic.
And what else were you?
And I was the third woman in the club.
And
Don, your comment? Anyways, I think we all know our
slapped down by a woman, I would be quiet.
We all know our traditions. There's the golden rule, which you might not know about, but we hand out golden rule for people that do extraordinary things, that like run a project and whatever, the highway pickup. There's many things, but the Screw Up Award, I think Linda still has that.
I gave it back to you because you misspelled Kiwanis on an email.
No. Why did I even bring that up?
Am I right? Oktoberfest committee people, did he not misspell it?
And moving forward. So I think we all know the leaders, but maybe you don't know. Tori was our previous past president of the club here. Carl and John perpetuals in their position, which we're very thankful for. Wait a minute. You did. Our illustrious group for next year, I think we got a great team. I only see Cindy here today, so hopefully that's not a representation of next year. Cindy,
That's the only one who's been here this year.
but Cindy has been doing a great job, so she's well trained, and that was part of my motive of all this year, get her trained on her speed for next year.
Surgery and trips.
Whatever comes up. Okay, go ahead. It always amazes me that you go out and people don't know what Kiwanis is all about, what we do, or what we stand for. And so, at all of our functions, I think we want to make sure we tell them that what we're in business for. This is the international, but the global organization volunteers dedication to the world, one child, a community at a time. So I think getting that word out at our function is important. Kiwanis said, why are we here? Through the Life and Fellowship and Service Worldwide. And the worldwide, it's 1915. As far as Kiwanis, 7,800 Kiwanis club in 80 countries. So it's widespread. And how many go to our website? Okay. If you've been to our website, you've seen the mission out there. But the mission is, you read it, I'll read it with you. The Kiwanis Club of Redmond improves the lives of the youth and families of Redmond and the surrounding communities through increased hours of service, dollars of support, positive role models for youth and future leaders in the community. So I think that pretty well sums it up. Our goals, I'm just going to let it sit there for a minute. You take it, or rather you read it. You go ahead and read it, but I think if you haven't read it,
Selective recruiting, you sure that's not a typo?
boy, they're easy to pick out the small little flaws.
How many have been voted down now?
It's too bad Jerry's not here. He's going to change it for his presentation next year, or whatever he does it. Are we ready? Okay. What do we do? Each year, the club sponsors 150 service projects, raise more than 107 million, devote more than 6 million hours of service. And of course, our motto is serve the children, central organ of the world. And one thing that you probably don't know is Carl puts out a report monthly, and I think Carl just goes to the district and then rolls up. Is that how that works?
Yep.
So all the hours that you're putting on these sheets, it means something because he puts it on a report. that goes up. So it's important that we put our hours on there and get credit for everything. Yes.
So how many service hours do we as a club?
Carl? We have to, do you know what it rolls up, how many we've done this year? Not offhand.
Not at all.
Okay.
I
We
do
can
1
give
month
that
at a
report.
time.
We'll give that report to
What
Jerry
about
next
an
time.
average? What about an average month?
Actually, with all of the contributions that you put on these sheets and some extrapolating that I do, it's not unusual to have 200 hours in it.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. So it is important, and I just want to point that out, that Carl goes through the effort. It's a pretty good report, fills out the pre-printed type form.
Yeah, so, yeah, John Duff, my collaborator on that, he keeps the attendance figures that are part of the report and gives me all the correct financial data.
It all rolls into the same report that goes forward. Okay, what's in it for me? You were at the fish fair, you might have seen this little girl catching a trout.
Is that what they look like?
We're afraid to let Dick come because he would have been fishing out there. But change the children's life, improve the community and the world, build friendships, enhance leadership skills, develop business contacts. And I joined Redmond Kiwanis Club. I didn't really be honest with it, didn't know much about Kiwanis myself. And Orlo got me at church and tapped me on the shoulder. And I just wanted to come to get familiar with the community and maybe participate in things that are going on, meet people. And it has been a great way for that. So, but Orlo's to blame for you seeing me. Perks.
I might just jump in and mention this. I stop by to see Orlo almost every week.
Uh-huh.
And he's doing very well, and he has good intentions to be coming back to Kiwanis once things settle down.
Fantastic. I feel guilty. I should be talking to him soon. The perks, again, the Kiwanis Magazine, club communication, insurance coverage for the Kiwanis club projects, and of course, Carl, give him a lot of credit. That's got to take a lot of time, Carl, putting that all together. And I think we should give him a hand for all that work.
We've received several awards for him better too over the years.
We have. Fantastic. He should. And that's a lot of
Been
effort.
recognized by other Kiwanis as a great one.
Great. Redmond benefits, I think he rolls up, serve the children in the Redmond area, take an interest in our community, attend weekly meetings to learn about issues affecting our community, daily lives as presented by local leaders, contribute our talents and time. And again, the secret is we all have different interests and talents. So some people don't like to go out and solicit gifts. Some people would rather just work at the golf tournament, say. So you have to figure out where your talents lie. And if you want to go out and ask somebody for a contribution for the tournaments or whether it be the vendors dinner, whatever, they're all important. And the Northwest, we support them, they provide training, conventions, building publications, support district chairs and getting clubs in the district. So, international, the big thing here is insurance, I think. And if we had to buy the insurance for all of our events, it would be pretty costly. I don't know if we've ever priced it out or not, but like the Oktoberfest or any events that we needed, Carl usually contacts. We have to fill a form, Carl, or what do we do for that insurance?
Some of the events require being named specifically, and so we can obtain riders very easily. And I think our liability insurance is $500 a year.
Yes,
In its perspective, we tried to put on, under insurance auspices, a voting thing with kids, and the premium was $856 or something like that, one event, one day. Just as a perspective. And that same activity goes on in communities under the auspices of Kiwanis, all under that umbrella.
Right. So it's a big thing. So, I mean, guidelines, I don't know how much we really know a lot of it, but actually this presentation, I went to the Kiwanis International. I had a different format for those that had seen my previous presentation, but this one has pre-packaged ones that I just was able to modify. So this is the kind of the support that's out there. There's a lot of information, there's training for officers that I've referred, I don't know if they're taking any of them Cindy or not, but they have videos over the computer, you can take videos on the thing. So anyways, support material in the magazines. What do I need to do as a member? Of course, we want to see attend meetings, and I think you'll see a little later on, we have 59 members now. If we have 59 in this room here, it'd be tough. But I think the key is we want to get more members out. It's good to see some members come back to see us again, and it's great. So we have a lot of members on name, but that don't show up a lot. So we'd like to see more when they come out. Take part in the service and fundraising project and spread the word about Kiwanis. And here we got Mr. Duff, and who's that guy? I think John was holding Danny's fishing pole or somebody. I don't know.
Olivia's.
Yeah. And of course,
That's got a lot of fish, that Barbie fishing.
And here's Mr. Hodecker giving Charlie some instructions before we head out. Charlie, I'll get the other side of you soon here.
That's the best side.
I think we know what our fundraisers are, but the golf tournament coming up now, and of course, I think John's still looking for some volunteers to help out on the course. So we need people to step forward and help out there. I think we've got the course about filled, but we need players. I mean, you want to play, we pitch you out there, but also need workers. Oktoberfest, that's come along fine. We got a lot of people working on that. You could always use more because it's a big event, and hopefully we're going to get 300 people this year. I think it's 300 people. I mean, that's about the maximum. The vintner dinner, Carl, Linda, and have done a great job of that over the years with their team too. Wine raffle, you picked that up last year, didn't you know? And did really good on that too, so we appreciate that. Civic, National Day of Prayer, Dan and his team, that team has built up and done a great job and continues to grow. And putting the flags up, that has been something. Gary, Carl, and Charlie have been on the flag committee, and I went to one meeting. That was my first meeting, I think, with the flag committee. But a good group. All these things take people and time, and just glad we have members doing that. The car seat safety program, Claire has been involved with that for, gosh, how many years? And it should say car seat safety and helmets. And I'm not sure how many helmets we're still giving them out or where we're at. Are we?
We record here this year.
Is that right?
I want to add that this club started that because we had a transfer from Vancouver Rose. And the catch was she would join the club if we would back the car safety seat program.
Oh, is that
That's
right?
how I got involved, and that's how the club got involved. So we're going back quite a few years. And we started in Redmond, and now car safety seats in Madras, Redmond, Bend, Sisters, Lapine. So it is spread throughout, and I'm talking about where they have a set time where you can go get the seat checked and private. Yeah.
That's great. Adopt a highway, I'm not sure how long we've been doing that, but John Hodecker's out there driving that little restaurant.
Model Ts.
Huh?
Model Ts.
That seems like a good participation.
That's approaching 20 years.
Is it really? Fantastic. Ding-a-ling, ringing the bells for Salvation Army. Carl, I'm not sure how long that's been going on, but what we do there is all the money.
Wooden bells when we
But all that money, what we do for that is the Salvation Army usually pays people minimum wage, I guess, to ring the bells. And so we go out there and donate our time, and all the money we collect goes to the Salvation Army. And we always collect quite a bit more because we're boisterous, and some of the singing's good, some's not, but it's a lot of noise anyways out there. And the Key Clubs, it's great for them to be there too. And they always add excitement to it too. So, What I Wore, that's our newest one. And Michelle, you've done a fantastic job with that. I mean, the success with that thing has been really good. Some of the organizations we support, I think the one that just completed. Did you do that on purpose? He's getting cold from here. College scholarships, and Carl and that whole team, guys, like I said at the, I think last meeting, I met these kids. They had a fantastic group of kids there. They had good personalities, good students, just fantastic. Smart reading program, Boys and Girls Club, of course, which we're co-doing with them in the golf tournament, Youth for Christ, Healing Reigns, Crystal Peak Youth Ranch. Of course, last year we had a big workout in there, and it was Tori's, that was his project for the year. And so Louise is smiling. She was out, she came from work, I think, with her dress clothes out and painting the fences
And
up.
I noticed in Montana when I was there that nobody stains their fences.
But it turned out to be fun, though.
It was fun.
It was a good time. The cross-country team, which is impressive. They got a great team there. Pardon? The Key Club, of course. Thank you, Dan. And you know, you were there for a reason. Again, I guess we get the new high school coming up and everything. We're going to have to talk about Mandy, I guess, over there, who's going to replace her. The car seat safety program, hospice, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Stop with the Cop, and the flag committee. So, and I'm sure we have others. How do I get involved? Well, we talked about attending meetings, participate in service and fundraising projects, attend district council meetings. Now, we don't do a whole lot of that, but we usually the officers go, but anybody's welcome to go. Participate in dinner club, and Robbie done a great job of keeping that going. And we got some pretty good participation, I think, too. So that's worked out good. Serve on committees. Run for office, not run from office.
I've been running from office.
Yeah, well, I say that because next year, the way it works is the past president runs the nominating committee and recruits people. So you haven't gotten rid of me yet, so I'll be out there. Committees, Corey's, he should be up here really, but he's had I got real problem. He got promoted this year, well, probably, you know, but he's been traveling a lot, and so between Cindy and everybody, we're going to fill that in for him. And club meetings, I got to say, Cindy, good job on that. John Duff, Youth Services.
Yes.
I just made a statement. No, he coordinates with the Key Club and a number of different things as well as his treasury projects there. Community service, Gary's been working on that here lately, and but hopefully we're going to have some projects that we're looking into. The Fireman's Park over there, if that comes about, or maybe a casino night to help the Boys and Girls Club. So there's things that we're on the drawing board but not finalized. Dan Young's done a great job, especially with the prayer breakfast. Myself, major emphasis. The major emphasis really was Dornbecker Children's Cancer Program. And I don't know where the bucket is. That reminds me. What we've been doing each week here is passing it for collection and passing it on for the Dornbecker Children's Program. But last year at the Oktoberfest, that was our named separate special donation we took for that. And so we raised a couple thousand almost for them. Sponsor, Mandy Feldman. A lot of you don't know her, or maybe you do, but she's done a great job there. Rob on Interclubs, again, good job. And Linda Trout, social Linda Trout. So she's got some things lined up coming up. So I think the August party out at Cindy's place is going to be a nice event. So we'll hear more about that. Public relations, Carl's done a super job as usual. And finance, John, he does all the books for us, and in addition to working at things too, right?
I just want to thank John for all that he does for this.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Thank you.
Yes, newsletter again, Carl, fantastic job. Here's a list of opportunities that you can help out these. Corey, it's going to be Jerry in next year's term, but already these new members, retention members. It's all of our job to work on retention of members, really, and try to get the members that aren't here, you see them, had to come back to a meeting and help out on a project, taking care of the badges here, keeping that thing in order. And now with new members, I know John's been working, helping out on that and awards. We need a room set up, and again, that'll be David Flood next year. But running over to get that projector, you'll be glad to get rid of that, won't you? Yeah, long-range planning, so, what was that? Youth services and scholarships, Key Club, Smart Reading Program. I put that under John's, but there's a lot of people involved with that. Carl works close with the Ski Club and keeps us in tune there. Community service, Gary, I put your name on top because that's a heading, but underneath that, of course, the last big project we had was the amphitheater. And John Walters was here then, and that was a lot of work. But that was a big project. At the highway, we talked about John being there, senior support. That's at a lot of you volunteer at the senior center to help out there. Car seat safety, Gary's been there for years. And now Claire's there. Dingling, Carl's there for that too. And putting the flags up, like I said, there's committee meetings and different people participating, but these are the 3 people I think that really, and they need a hand too, I think. And a fish fair, that was a success, I think, even though the weather wasn't real great. Were you out there?
No, I was at the dump.
You were at the
She had fire free then.
okay. And the softball game, which I guess is going to be delayed right now, but I guess trying to do it for September. Spiritual aims, we talked about that, membership, welfare and hospice, annual prayer breakfast, so major emphasis again, the Kiwanis Children Cancer Program, the Key Club, again, inter-club, social, public relations, finance, fundraising. So,
Another big one that we're doing right now is Jericho Road, that so many people are volunteering to feed the hungry in town. So.
right, that I had that under seniors support, but no, that I should have said it was that. But yeah, a lot of people open up. Bob's goes there a lot. You've done a lot. Carl, I know.
Thank you for your work.
You know, and that was another one we had. Yes.
Well, go ahead with others.
I was just going to say we had that. I don't know how many were here for the. We had the board of directors, people run for the school board, and we had the homeless, children homeless backpack program. And that worked out very nice. We got a lot of good press out of that and so forth, but that should have been up there too, and that's part of that whole program. Yes, Dave?
Never really said much about the Key Club. What is it?
Oh, the Key
I know what it is, but.
Okay. Yeah, well, the Key Club is at the high school, and it's kind of getting them stepped up to where we are, but it gives them business experience, and they take on projects there themselves, and they've got a regular board, and they go to conventions and everything themselves. But it's really a good thing for them, because on their resume when they go to college, it shows their participation in clubs. And so that all adds up into their application, but it gets them involved with projects, and they have to elect their officers and do fundraisers, the whole thing too.
It's all associated with Kiwanis.
Yeah, it is, they're sponsored, right?
What's the one at college?
Which college?
Circle.
Circle.
Okay.
Okay. That's college. Yeah.
Here's I think, don't hold back, sign up, the motto here. Many hands make life work. I mean, you probably saw that in one of my newsletters, but don't go too fast. Unless there's a reason. Some of you have seen this. When I did the last orientation, handed this out. Don't be shy about signing up. Yeah, every one of the guys, even though there's somebody at the head of the thing, and they've taken on. But talk to these people. If you have an interest in any of those things, just help them out, sign up for it, or just grab them and say, I'd like to help you. Right. And then the other thing, a lot of times, I know when I came on, the old veterans, let's say, are familiar with different terms, like when they talked about dingling, I thought that they were talking about a person.
We're talking about Carl?
Yeah. Well, I heard they can't mention Carl's name, but I didn't know what name. I thought he was a nice guy, But don't be afraid to ask questions and share your opinion. Members will always answer your question and listen to your opinion. So, for the new members, just step forward. We're not going to go, well, sometimes we're inclined to grab somebody. But like Dave was at the board meeting, and he was talking about, and I think if you haven't gone to board meeting, it's important because that's where we talk about budgets, planning, and all that type of work. And Dave asked some really good questions. And then we were talking about the convention coming up in Denver. And he had some good thoughts. And so because he had such good thoughts, I asked him if he'd raise his hand, and he did.
It's been his first meeting.
Yeah. But what he's going to do is, part of the convention is how do we do something in our community, bringing people here, coming here. How do we get them over here maybe to have a function here in Redmond for them? And so Dave was going to look at some of that, and he would welcome somebody to work with him, right? Absolutely. So there's another opportunity. So I think it was a good question. I think Cindy, she was at the convention meeting, and I think that
And Jennifer Welch also has stepped up for that committee.
was fantastic. Yeah, so it's going to be a big thing for our area here, our lieutenant governor, and so they're going to need all of our support. But I think the idea of trying to get something in Redmond to get those people over here was a good idea. So, anyways, thank you, David.
John, while you're kind of on that topic,
Yep.
talking about a convention, you mentioned the word lieutenant governor. Could you talk about that structure of our?
I've got a slide.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Again, don't want to beat the horn here too loud, but be involved. Participate in the committee, get an interest you. Ask the committee leaders how you can help them. There are many ways to get involved. Like I said, hands-on activity. The golf tournament, play in it, participate in it, work on a project, and the meetings are actually fun. And so it's a good way to get involved, meet people personally, and really have fun together. Financially support the newsletter, which a lot of us do. Attend buying at the auction, sponsor team, make contacts. So, I've talked about all these things, but these are the things. So, by being involved, again, with other members, you get to know them personally. I think that's a big part of what we're all about too. Next. New member badge. Probably badge is a bad subject right now because we haven't been really up to date with badges, but you get, hopefully, does everybody have a badge at least, either a new member? Okay, so if you have the temporary new member one, right now it's a means for us to get to know you and you to know us better, but to obtain a permanent badge, you have to attend a board meeting, getting insight, like I said, into the club's inner working, budget reviews, club speakers, project reviews, committee reports, etc. Visit another Kiwanis club to gain another perspective and share ideas. Or win money like Jason did. 180 bucks, so it was worthwhile going over meeting. And then at the last meeting, this guy, he's got something going. The guy next to him said he did a PR on the guy. He said, this guy is working 80 hours a week. He's about just bought a new business. Go over and give him some business. Yeah. So, I mean, if you do work it right, you can do the same thing Jason did. Whatever your thing is. Okay, but work out one of the projects. The permanent badge is issued upon completion of the book item. So those are the criteria for getting a permanent badge. So start to keep going. How will I know what's going on? Okay. Club meetings, of course. And then, again, this is, right? Yep. I think this guy over there needs a big hand. That's another one. Seems like I get the duty if somebody says, "Can we do this on the website?" So I'm calling Dave, so he hasn't killed me yet, but could you move this to there? Could you do this? Could you do that? But Dave has been so accommodating with the thing, and there's a ton of information on there. And I think it's, I think even Jared made a comment, if you Google him at the time, they keep putting back on the page here, so. But there's a lot of information out there, and as you read it, if you have input or suggestions of things, I'm sure Dave would appreciate it too. But so we have that one, and we have this is the Kiwanis website, and of course Carl's Kiwanis notes. So there's a lot of information out there. Board of directors. Here's our board of directors, and so I'm not sure we're next. That's the current. So next year, is that right, Carl?
So, looking at those with terms expiring in 11, David Foote stepped up to vice president, and Linda and Tim were reelected, and Noah is replacing David on the board.
Go ahead. I'll get through it. Running short here, but members vote to elect us as directors. The board of directors determines club policies, approves the club projects, approves and controls its club budget, and manages the club. So there's, again, a lot going on at the board meeting, so if you haven't been or just want to come, period, come. All members are welcome. Only board members can vote, though. We meet the third Tuesday of every month, and it's at the chamber building down here. Finance and budget, we have two basic accounts, administrative account, and John always reminds me of this year, what I can take out of what account I want to get. He says you can't do that. But administrative account, income from dues, meal charges, new member fees, used to pay administrative expenses of the club. The service account, income from public fundraising projects or contributions that cannot be used to pay administrative expenses of the club. So thank you, John. Here's how the dues breaks down. So much here, and if we maintain our membership, we're a 25% increase, right, Carol? As of October 1st, we're going to have a break on our dues, and so again, 25%, is it?
No, with the 25% increase, our international dues will be waived.
Oh, this is the 42.
We'll pay the 42, and then it'll be rebated to us.
Ah, okay. So we. What account is that going to?
Pardon?
What account is that going to?
Probably administrative.
Okay, all right.
President's entertainment.
Okay, so that's a breakdown where the money goes to, the magazine subscriptions and liability insurance, which we talked about, in total of 125. And it's prorated depending when you come in the year and so forth. Okay, our dues, how it's used, we talked about this, international, big one, and I think we went through all that before, but that's the breakdown of how the money's used. Go ahead. Foundation, and there's going to be another meeting on the foundation, Kim, or something. And the foundation does a lot of things, but there's a separate board for that, and basically the Redmond Foundation was established in 1966, has been the brick and mortar contributor of the community. The single largest project was a swim club. It opened in '79, and the recent one here is the Boys and Girls Club, which we just talked about, and for $11,250, which puts a roof on the building there. I'm not sure who donated that building.
It was an exchange between a nonprofit organization, Cascade Medical Treatment Center, that had met hard times and was no longer able to function. They were not allowed to sell their assets, but they could give them to another nonprofit.
Oh.
And Joanne Sutherland and Jane Schroeder, those two gals, when they get their heads together, they made things happen, and they knew which people needed to talk to who, and
Well, fantastic.
it's a wonder.
The building's out on, is it 9th?
Yeah, it's right across from Obsidian on 15th Street. The Boys and Girls Club has been by Evergreen School, and there's no kids there anymore. It was about 1,000, 2,000 square feet in a bus garage that had been a bus garage when my husband and I were there in
Is that right?
1960.
And stalls for the horse.
That's nasty, the guy.
So anyhow, they'll have 7,000 square feet over there, and where the kids are.
Yeah, that's fantastic. But anyways, go by it when you're out that way. You talk about how we're rolling down here. Okay, I'm getting to that. We're a part of Jim Underhill, who most of us have met. He's our lieutenant governor for 78 is the number of work. But it includes Ben, Sisters, Prineville, Madras, and Burns. What's the other?
We lost John Day.
Yeah, John Day's not in club anymore, is it? And I took him off there, right? So the 2011 division project was a Lego table project at the airport, and
We also have an internet club.
oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that, and that's part of it too, thank you. The structure, okay. Here we are, Kiwanis Club, with 59 members, and I think one of the things, again, you need all of us to tell people in the community what Kiwanis is all about. Ron, do you have those cards again you were holding up? He's my cue man back there.
I got one here.
Yeah, so remember these cards? We've got a box full of those cards, and it's a card to introduce yourself and the club to people in the community. And so if you don't have any of those cards, get them out of the box here. And it's a good way to, just shows where we're meeting, what time we meet. Just tell them what Kiwanis is all about. Okay, so Pacific Northwest District, this is what is included in the net district. And of course, Kiwanis International, and 600,000 members, 80 countries. So that's the breakdown. Is that what you're looking at?
Just,
So
it's north
Pacific
of California
Northwest?
is not in it?
Oh, there's,
Did I miss it?
there's a squib.
Okay. All right. Was Frank Morehouse here while I was out of town? He was trying to get here to a meeting. Never did. He's the governor. The past governor was Patrick Ewing. I know he was here. Normally these guys try to come and introduce themselves, and the protocol really is if they are here, we stand up and applaud. That's the protocol we should do. These are the past people, are the secretaries of government of like Claudia L. King. So, yes.
Can I say something? Where these people come from are clubs just like this. So when you're asked to step up to provide leadership in this club, it's to help you gain the skills, because we are the resource for these positions as well at the district level.
That's right. That's right.
Candy was the district.
Obviously, we have other.
You were the lieutenant governor? Yeah. So the next lieutenant governor is the fellow from Prineville Force. He's the current president of the Prineville Club. He's going to be the lieutenant governor for the next term. So conventions, district mid-year. Now the district convention is going to be in Wenatchee. And so you're going, Cindy, and Dave, you're going?
I gotta convince the wife.
Now Dave's trying to go. And Jennifer, I think you said.
She doesn't think she can go.
Now she's not.
Because of work.
Okay. So hopefully we get
It's up to you, John.
just to get right for sure. Okay, so they have an international in Switzerland, I think it is. The Key Club, this year, I don't think any of the Key Club members went to the convention, but so these are the opportunities for conventions. Okay, we jumped ahead here. We talked about the sponsor card, procedure for recommending person for approval and process. So we are a growing club, and I said we need everybody's support to keep growing. We were over at Sisters, and I guess Carl made the comment that we started at Sisters Club, and I didn't realize that, but they're up to 81 members over there. They have really grown. So, and we've done a great job too. I mean, you're always going to have people transfer, move like Pat. Cut it.
Would you take the projector back if I have to go, or are you?
I'm up there, but I'll take it back too. So. Anyways, I'll email this out to everybody too, so you can go through it and look at it. Go ahead. This is sponsor form. I'll mail that out to you too. So if you have a person you want to sponsor, this is the form you would use. Go ahead. And one thing we haven't done recently is send out the new members. How's it going? And basically want input on everybody. So we send it out to everybody. And so basically look for comments about, questions about have you attended the board meeting and so forth. But also, what do you like about what the club does? What don't you like what the club does? You don't like the president? He's gone. So 2.5 more months, I'm gone. Actually, I'm leaving September 15th, and Cindy's going early.
Well, I thought we just institute that new thing is when the past president comes in the room, we all stand.
Oh, I don't think that'll go very far, but go ahead. Okay. Anyways, that's it. I'm going to send this out to you. I know run over. Usually pretty quiet and shy, but anyways, anybody? Yes, Michelle.
John, I should have done this during announcements. It's about the 4th of July float.
Yes.
If anybody wants to donate bubble gum to the cause, please drop it off at our house, 1489
Super.
Sorry about that.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. I don't, if you have any quick questions or whatever, let me know, or you can eat this done.
I think one of the interesting things is we have a Hickson Award winner over here, which is the highest level in our Senate, highest level award given to Kiwanians internationally. And that's a very significant.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, see? One of the nice parts of getting together, because the veterans can tell us about it.